Hey, what's up? It's Chris back here again with another review. This is my review for Gotham, episode 5, Viper. And before I get into it, if you like my channel and you like this video, it's going to be a thumbs up and a subscribe. But, alright, here we go. Overall, I would say for me, this was my favorite episode of the season so far. Alright, first off, I was really surprised that they went the route with the Viper, which is Venom, which is what Bane uses to make himself strong. That's what gives Bane his strength. I was surprised like they would even go that route to use that, because I wasn't aware that they were going to be doing like semi like kind of superpowered kind of people and stuff like that. I wasn't, so I was a little surprised by that. Like, it's, if you watch the episode, it's an earlier version of Venom called Viper. It pretty much have the same effects as Venom. The only downside is like it ruins all, I think, the calcium and stuff in your bones, and your bones deteriorate and you die. You seen the episode they were drinking mad milk. Like, that's the only side effect, is that it kills you after you take it. So it's not a perfected version, and it was made by a subsidiary of Wayne Enterprises, Wellzine, which I thought the use of it in the episode was cool. Like, some of the effects on like the people who had it and the way they like melted, and it was a little, yeah, could have been a little bit better. But like I said, overall, I enjoyed the episode. Um, for me, what makes it honestly one of my favorite episodes, my favorite episode of the season, is the young Bruce plot. I thought that little storyline was better than the actual main Viper storyline. You see him, the young detective, the young Bruce. It's like it gives him something to do. You can see this will be kind of his narrative for the season. Like, you see a young Bruce, you can see the narrative of him trying to clean up Wayne Enterprises, because it's corrupt and there's a lot of shit going on. And you see him with the files from the Arkham files, trying to piece everything together, putting it up on the board, and Alfred's like trying to get him away from that. It kind of reminds me like of when older Bruce, when he's Batman, when he's always in the cave and he's just always on the computer working, trying to solve crimes and doing all this, and Alfred literally sometimes pretty much has to force him away from that to get him to eat, to get him to go out. Like, you still got to make appearances as Bruce Wayne, which he kind of does in this episode by like accepting an invitation for him for like a dinner that the Wayne's like the Wayne Enterprises is throwing, which she goes to. And the only reason, just like older Bruce, the only reason he goes is because the only reason he goes is to keep up appearances, and he wants to speak to the board. He wants something. And I love that scene when he gets there and he's talking to that lady, and she's essentially telling him like, oh yeah, the board members really don't come to these things. And then she proceeds to talk to him like he's a child. Like, yeah, your family built up $1 billion company. That's cool, right? And he like looks at it without missing a beat. Like, yeah, I found some inconsistencies and some discrepancies inside of the the Arkham plans. I kind of want to speak to the board. Can you set that up for me? Like, he was speaking, or like, I'm here for a reason. He was speaking of like, don't speak to me like I'm a little kid. And what I also like at the end is when Alfred sees how much it means to him and sees that Bruce is not going to stop, he sits down and he like seeks to help him. It was like one of my favorite moments from the episode. Also, you have the Penguin pretty much told Maroni who he was. When like Maroni beats the crap out of him, and then he goes to Gordon. Presumably, Penguin told him the story of what happened to him. He goes to Gordon to confirm it. I think that's all Penguin was playing, even though he seemed like he was scared, but I don't really think he was that scared. I think it was all part of his plan. And I feel bad for Gordon, because Gordon is pretty much just like a pawn on the chessboard that the Penguin is moving around. And I've been reading all on this stupid theory talking about he might turn out to be the Joker. Like, I think that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Why the fuck would they do that? I'm not even going to say anything else about it. And then you have Fish. You see she's teamed up with these Russian mobsters. And in the comics, the Russian mobsters kind of work with Black Mask, but I don't think they're gonna do him in this series. And yeah. And at the end of the episode, she sends that girl that she was teaching the same stuff. She he she meets up with Falcon. I don't know. I like Fish Mooney's character. I just feel like at this point her story out, I don't really care for it. It's She doesn't seem like she's much of a threat to me. Like the Penguin and Maroni seem like way more of a threat than she is. Like I said, the episode was really good. That was the stuff I liked about it. Check it out. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, thanks. Catch you later.